Hi everyone, I am just popping on live to say hi, pull some cards, all of the usual. I hope that you guys are doing well. It's a little noisy here today. I'm going to put my sound thing up and see if it helps a little bit. We'll see. How you all doing? Isn't it cold in the UK? And I know that isn't cold compared to some places, but it's one of those things. I've been having a lovely time walking in the crispy, icy. I love a bit of frost in the sun, and at least we've had some sun. So yeah, I just thought I would pop on. I haven't been live for a while. Got the urge. Actually had some time for once. So before I start, some very, very exciting news. My book is due to go live within the next couple of weeks. So watch this space. Finally, that has been a lot of work. 14 months, 14, 15. It's been a lot. I've blocked a lot of it, trauma, but we are finally there. So I can't wait. And I'll obviously be boring you all with that completely. So I'm just working with my usual cards today, Angel Tarot by Radleigh Valentine. They seem to be my favorites for the last year. So we'll be working with those and pulling some cards. If you've got a direct question, you can ask your question and I will see what Spirit want to say about it. If you just want a card, you can just comment and we'll pull you a card and we will see where we go. As always, it is me communicating with your spirit guides. So when I work, it's a mixture of psychic information that I pick up from your energy field and communicating with spirit guides to get that guidance and information that you need. Yeah, I think that's everything I need to say. Oh, look, Linda Hughes is on. Hi, Linda. How are you doing? Linda and I recorded an episode for the Mediumship Matters podcast, season 5 this week. We had such a great time. Absolutely incredible lady. And we were vibing. I wish that Linda lived nearer the south of the UK of England so we could hang out all the time because I wouldn't leave her alone. Phenomenal lady. Right, where am I going to go? Right here. Hello, Lucy. How are you doing today, my lovely? Let me pick you a card. Oh, you have got the One of Swords, and this is all about great ideas that just need a bit of refinement, overcoming obstacles. So what I want to talk to you here about, Lucy, is the things that you're heading towards, the things that you've asked for, you are moving in the direction of them. But we have this kind of disempowering idea that when we want something, the spirit world is just going to deliver it to us easily, gently. And actually, we have to go through a period of refinement. We have to show the universe that we are committed to what it is that we want, but we also have to expand our knowledge, do work on our healing, our energy body, put in boundaries, learn lessons. It's very, very complicated. So what I feel like is happening with you, Lucy, and has been happening with you, is you have been going through this sort of bumpy, difficult, frustrating time, things not working the way that you would want them to, people letting you down. It feels that like a real lack of smoothness, a bumpy ride. And I want to tell you that that is serving a purpose. It's not that the universe is just kicking you about like a football and you've been forgotten about. This is all of the refinement and the energy happening to you to get you where you need to be. I know, girl, it sucks. I have just, my 2023 was refinement for me, and it was a hard year. But it's definitely moving you in that direction of getting you ready for the next phase and the things that you want. So know that you're being refined. Keep faith when the obstacles come. Sit with them. What are they teaching me? What do I need to learn from this? Why not now? And it will all make sense eventually. I have to say, this time last year, I fully expected my book to be at the stage it is now. Or be very soon at the stage it is now, with a publisher, ready and done. And when I look back now, after feeling like I've been beaten by the universe for a year, I realized that I had set a very high bar for what I wanted for this book, and it wasn't ready. And so all of these times that I had knockbacks and bashes and lessons, they helped shape it even more into what I wanted it to be. So at the time, I was scream crying into the abyss, but actually now I am grateful that it didn't go quite the way it wanted. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know. It's a fun old world, isn't it? Where shall we go now? Doopy doopy doo. I was just drawn to Catherine. Hi, Kath. How you doing? I hope you are well. Let me pick you a card. You have got the 8 of Cups, and that is all about moving on. It's about seeking more from life than what you are experiencing and being ready to step up into a new energy. Now, obviously, I know you, Kath. You're one of my students, one of my friends. We've worked together over the last couple of years. There is a few years, probably. Anyway, there is definitely this feeling of, okay, I'm ready now. Okay, let's do this. I let myself be unavoidably moved by life out of the way. My spiritual journey, the things I wanted to do were put on hold, but I've learned from that I will never let that happen again. So it feels like a determined energy. It feels exciting. It feels like a change in priorities and a big leap and step forward. And I'm excited. I'm very excited. Hey, I've just realized, and this wasn't intentional, guys, but look, my jumper, Roman Originals, matches my little logo thing that I made. That wasn't intentional. It's very exciting to me. Sorry, just saw that. So proud of myself with that. I'm just going to glug some coffee and then I'll see where I go. Sorry if the mic picked up that gulp. Oh, look, Lucy, did make sense. Good. You are very welcome, Lucy. Brighter times ahead for you, but you have to go through these bumpy rides sometimes. Now, while I remember, one thing I just want to say to you all is I have got a free spirit circle in 5 days' time. And if you scroll through my page, you will see the healing circle on there, and you need to comment. I can't remember what you need to comment. And then it will reply to you and tell you that it's fully booked. But I opened more spaces. I didn't expect it to be so popular. So there are actually more spaces available. So if you click through as if you're joining the waiting list, you will find that you're able to actually book a space. So please, if you haven't already seen that, do join us and do consider joining my mailing list, because they get first refusal of everything. Everything goes to mailing list first. Isn't that exciting? Right, where am I going for now? I want to go to Jeanette. Hello, Jeanette. How are you doing? Let me pick you a card. Okay, you have got the 4 of Coin, and this is all about money. It's that very human thing. I feel that you have been experiencing extremes in your financial situation. It feels like there has been a bit of a bumpy ride here. And I just feel like you want to feel safe and secure. Now, Spirit aren't that interested in money, in the sense that in the spirit world, they don't need it. They understand that you can be incredibly wealthy and still unhappy. They understand that you can be incredibly poor and happy. So there is just this feeling here that's coming in for you, Jeanette, of comfort. They understand. Spirit may not understand, or not, they do understand it, but they're not as fussed as we are about financial stuff, let's put it that way. But they also understand the world that we live in and the necessity and the need. And I really feel like I want to say to you, Jeanette, that they've heard you. And this is all about making smart decisions. And I really feel with you, Jeanette, there needs to be, I don't feel like it's just money. I feel like it's energy too. I need you to be a little bit more withdrawn, holding it to yourself. So what you would call selfish, I would call necessary. This feeling of needing to keep back enough for you and some for you. And that feels very, very important at this time. And I just feel again that Spirit want to reiterate, they have heard you. They know what you've been asking them for. They want to help you. They want to assist you. They want to support you in things being easier. Taking that breath. So please know that, but also know something to do here with smarter decisions, making better choices, that kind of thing coming in here. So I hope that that makes sense to you. And I don't feel like I explained Spirit's relationship to money very well there, so I'm just going to do it properly. Because they're like, what was that? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm on my first coffee. It's been a hard morning. So Spirit don't have the same value on the money aspect that we do. They don't have the same idea of what creates success as we do, but they still understand the value of money from a point of view of being comfortable and having the experiences in life that you want. And so this is just knowing that it feels like it's two-pronged with Jeanette, which I think is what was throwing me off. It's not just the money, it's also the energy, and this need to prioritize herself feels very, very important, both financially and energetically. So this pulling back of the people that perhaps are taking more from her than they should. I can put my teeth in, I can be coherent, I can speak sometimes. Right, where am I going here? Gareth. Good morning, Gareth. How are you doing? Let me pick you a card. Ooh, you've got the Page of Wands, and this is all about exciting opportunities. This is a feeling of optimism, excitement, unfoldment, joy. I feel like you need to be following the things that make you feel good, that light you up, that bring more of that good energy into your life, knowing that you are creating a space for exciting opportunities to manifest. So allow your creativity to soar, allow your passions to be your guide, Gareth, and feel that sort of, I feel like I want to shrug a weight off my shoulders. So feel that lifting, feel that rising of good times are coming, better times are coming, easier times are coming, and enjoy. I hope that that makes sense. I had to mute because you just, I can't glug a coffee and feel like you can all listen to my gulpy noises. You're very, very welcome. Okay, where am I drawn now? Let's go right to the bottom. Right at the bottom is Kelly. Hi, Kelly. How are you doing? Let me pick you a card. Okay, you've got the 10 of the swords, which 10 of the swords, like the Batman, 10 of swords, which is relief, end of challenging times, opportunities for new happiness, a weight off your shoulders, like I was just talking to Gareth about. There's definitely a feeling of relief. It's the way that I'm seeing it in my head, Kelly. It's a little bit like being in a desert and looking for water. and then finding an oasis. So I need to talk about it being very difficult for you, very hard, relentless, arduous, painful. And there's an acknowledgement of that, but there is also this feeling of, I made it. It's going to be okay. And I really, really need to acknowledge that for you. So relief, there might be a bit of healing. There might be a bit of sadness to go through about where you've been, what you've been through, but also this feeling of new chapters, new pages, time to start again. Hope that makes sense. Now, I'm going to do that horrible naggy thing that you have to do when you go live. So if you could all love or wow this, in particular love or wow, the algorithm prefers that to a like. If you, I mean, the algorithm actually prefers the angry emoji as well, but I'd rather you didn't send me that because it will give me all sorts of freak out. But if you could give this a love, if you could give this, now, if you're willing, if you could share it, that would be fab. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm not one of those people that will force you to, but again, you know, it really helps us mediums get out there in the sea of stuff that is out there and be seen. So that would be great. Now, where are we going to go now? I'm glad that made sense, Kelly. Bless your heart. Just keep holding on to that relief. Keep holding on to that new space. It is really, we're going to get there, girl. We're going to get there. Right. Gone right to the bottom. And right at the bottom is Amanda. Hello, Amanda. How you doing? Let me pick you a card. Oh, Amanda, you've got the card that everybody's going to be jealous of, which is the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is, look at it. It's a genie coming out a lamp. It is magical time of life, wishes coming true. So definitely a feeling of you needing to focus on what you want, what's going to light you up, and then allowing yourself to have it. It does feel like everybody is sorted, everything is where it should be, and this actually gives you a very much needed opportunity that you need to be grasping to focus on you, to focus on what you want, to look at what's going to make you happy and what your next phases and choices, and it just feels like a really bloody lovely time. How nice. I've got cappuccino clag. You're welcome. But definitely a feeling of excitement, positivity, wishes come true. There's not a lot more I can say about that. Feels great. Fan bloody tastic, girl. How lovely. Now, where are we going? Jackie McMulkin. I nearly called you McMullen. I wonder if people do that to you all the time, Jackie, and I do apologise if they do. McMulkin. I am a Mac, but I did have a double-barreled surname, and when I had that, I got called all sorts of weird stuff. So apologies for that. I do try and get names right. Names are important, but there we go. Okay, Jackie. You've got another banging and exciting and wonderful card. You have got the Magician. The Magician, magic is alive in your life. What you need to manifest to be a success will manifest. If you believe it, you can do it. So again, I do want to talk here, and I know that 2023 for everybody was just a shit show. It's bloody awful. But I do feel that I want to acknowledge this new chapter for you, this new energy. I'm loving this. I love this. Last year, I couldn't do many readings, lives and stuff. When I was doing my monthly reading for my podcast, it was just like, oh, we've got to get through this. And I just felt like the whole time I was going, we'll be okay, but we've just got to navigate this weather. So it is so lovely to be in this energy and being able to have these positive, exciting cards coming in. Hold on to that belief, Jackie. It's really, really hard when you've been through difficult times and hardship and pain to then be like, oh, everything's fine. And I'm not one of those gaslighty mediums that will tell you just, it's all got to be rosy all the time. But I do feel that your work here needs to be on healing from where you've been and what you've been through. Rest feels like it's coming in. So if you're feeling like you need to just rest those weary bones, rest that weary head, then allow yourself that. But know that once you get your energy in balance, your focus is going to be on success, wishes coming true, magic. How lovely. And I just mentioned my podcast, and Spirit is saying you've got to do these things to plug. Have you guys listened to my podcast? It's called Mediumship Matters. We have got 4 seasons out there at the moment, with season 5 starting on the 1st of March. So now is the perfect time to catch up on all the previous episodes before the new one comes out. I've got some fan-bloody-tastic guests and some great topics. And as a reminder, in case you haven't seen it, because social media is a nightmare at the moment, I'm doing one on red flags. I would love your input. So you can scroll through my Facebook and look for the image of the red flag, and that gives you all the details about how to submit your stories about red flags that you have had with spiritual teachers or mediums that you think people can learn from. This is not a witch hunt episode, but this is about things that perhaps people need to know are not a good idea to be doing in your practice, or things for other students to know that they're allowed to be upset about or think, I'm not sure this is right for me, and things like that. So not a witch hunt, but warnings. Would love your stories, and you can be completely anonymous. If you leave me a voice note, I actually now have the tech to change your voice, just like they do in crazy documentaries that I love. So please do get in touch, and please do give it a listen. Right, where are we going? Right down to the bottom. Lucy. Hello, Lucy. How you doing, babe? Let me pick you a card. Balance. Now, don't roll your eyes. It's not one of those boring messages about making sure you get your spiritual self and your human life in balance, because you're fine with that. This is all about blending with others. So I feel that you're moving into a new phase in your, obviously I know your cosmic order. I know that you sell crystals. I know that you are a medium. You've been on my podcast. I just want to make that clear for everybody. I'm not pretending I don't know stuff about Lucy. I know plenty. But what I feel like this card is saying is it's almost like you're going to be moving in a more evolved direction. So you're going to be keeping the skeleton of what you're doing right now, but it just feels like working with other people. So it's not all on you. It feels like an expansion to get you. I want to get you out there. This is that expansive energy I'm feeling. So I think you're going to be collaborating. I think you're going to be, I know that you'll be very choosy about who you work with and your who you let in energetically. But you've got a really, you've got one of the best compasses for what works for you out of anyone I've ever met. And I feel that this compass is going to guide you to the right people and the right collaborations, which is going to help mutually beneficially both of you. But it feels like this new space of getting yourself out there more, being seen more, expanding more. Yeah, I wonder if that makes sense to you, but I like it. It's going to be good. Right, where are we going now? Who's at the bottom? Fiona's at the bottom. Hello, Fiona. How are you doing? Let me pick you a card. Oh, Fiona, you have got the 8 of coin, which is about finding a mentor and learning everything you can about a subject. So if this is that sign that it's time for you to take that leap, take that step, that is the sign. Oh dear, I really should have more coffee before I start these in the morning, shouldn't I? So Fiona, if you're looking for a sign, this is that sign. I knew I could do it. Don't worry about being ready. That's what I feel like I want to say to you. You are ready. Don't worry about how you're going to make it work, fitting in with all of your commitments in your life. You are going to make that work. But there is definitely this feeling of finding a mentor, finding a teacher, and expanding your education. And it doesn't have to be, back to school to do your GCSEs. I'm talking more about your spiritual education or the things that are lighting you up. But it definitely feels like time to learn, and very, very exciting for you it is. And I spoke like Yoda then. I hope that makes sense. Right, where am I going? Where am I going? Oh, good, Lucy. I'm glad. Nothing like the nerves of reading for another medium. Okay. Ali, how are you doing, Ali? Let me pick you a card. Let me see what I've got. You have got new areas of study. Isn't that funny? I just want to take everything that I just said on that previous reading and copy and paste it over to you. You're welcome. But definitely this feeling of learning, expanding, taking the next steps, allowing yourself to expand, allowing yourself to move into that space of doing and learning and next phase. And it does feel like you've been waiting for this for a long time. It feels like you've, been wanting permission to take the leap. And this is that card to say to you, it's okay, just take it, just do it. Feels very, very exciting, I have to say. So start your new area of study and I'll expand into it. It doesn't feel like it's a completely new area. You're not going to suddenly become a vet and be putting your hand up cows' bottoms. I don't know why that came in as my random example, but it's not going to be just you're not going to suddenly become a surgeon. I just feel that this is expanding on an already an already basic interest or something you've already been studying. This is the next level. This is taking it further. This is pushing through. Hope that makes sense. I mean, if you want to be a vet, by all means, follow that path. And there is plenty more to it than putting your arm up a cow. That just happens to be what stays in my mind from watching some vet program when I was a kid. James Herriot. It was always my horror. I had no idea that they did that, and it stayed with me for a long time. Apparently it stayed with me for like 30 odd years. You're welcome. Please come back. Please come again. Right, where are we going? Right down to the bottom. Who's at the bottom? Jean is at the bottom. Hi, Jean. How are you doing? Let me pick you a card. Oh, Jean, you have got the High Priestess. This is a very different vibe to a lot of the cards that we've pulled today, and I like it. Yours is all about slowing down to speed up ultimately. So I need you to know that now is not the time for action. This is a very reflective card. This is all about going in. This is about resting. This is about knowing that there's ideas, but knowing that they're not fully formed and letting them grow, letting them expand, letting them come to you in their fullness. And just like you can't make a plant grow, well, I mean, I know that you can these days with the lights and the heating that we have, but technically you shouldn't be able to make a plant grow any quicker. I feel that that's what's going on with you. Like, you're hungry for more and for change, but actually these are little seeds that are coming to you that need to grow naturally. They need to not be forced. They need to not be poked and prodded and inspected. They will reach you in their fullness. And in the meantime, your work is to listen to yourself, listen to your intuition. And I know that's something that us spiritual people say all the time, listen to your intuition like it's easy. But what we mean by that is following your instincts, following what feels good, following what lights you up, moving into that space of just allowing and surrendering. And please know that it doesn't mean you're not going to be moving forward. I know you desperately want to move forward. This is that you are, you know, you have two choices here. You can force, cause a lot of problems, cause a lot of difficulties, or you can surrender, rest, relax, and follow what feels good. But both paths come out at the same point. So you might as well take the easy one. I hope that that makes sense. Well, there we go, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed it today. I really do appreciate you all coming on. I know it's been a while. I'm hoping to do more. I keep getting nagged by spirit and people telling me that I need to. So I'm going to try, especially now the book is done. In the meantime, please do join my mailing list, which you can do via my website, hannahmedium.co.uk, because then you will be first in the know for everything. And watch this space for the book, because if you buy the book within the first 2 weeks of release, there will be some special opportunities for events with me. And I will catch up with you all again soon. Lots of love. Bye.